Good evening, madam. Okay.
No, en este país no estamos muy en acuerdo, ¿no? Entonces, vos explicar de
Let me know when you can see my screen.
este país de aquí, entonces todavía aquí me venimos.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so today was a red day for most across the board. Dow Jones, S&P, NASDAQ, Russell 2K, and VIX, except VIX. Um, NASDAQ was close to 1%, Russell 2K over 1%, close to 1.41%. And then the Dow Jones S&P wasn't that much. Dow Jones was 0.17 and S&P roughly close to 1%. The volatility was high, as you can see. For tomorrow, things are kind of panning out in the same direction, but things could change. It's still early to tell, kinda. But it is a short week and supposed to be the Tuesday tomorrow. Today was the Monday. Okay. So let's get this party started. And then I have a quick short video that is like a minute long that I want to share with folks. Okay, folks. So the winners of the day in terms of green, Walmart, it had earnings today and it's on hard buy. So that's something to note. And I could see why it would be on hard buy because it's at it's at all-time highs. It reached that 180. And people may start to grab their money and run. I'm surprised by Intel. I thought the chips were doing bad today, but I guess they started off bad and then they picked up throughout the day. Dollar Tree, this is something that we're going to be observing because it has earnings in 15 days. And our theory or thesis is that every time there's earnings, the investment folks that own this company, they try to take their money and run, as you can see from the gaps in history. So it could potentially get to this area of 160. And again, they could just go take their money and run after a few days. Meaty, I'm watching this one. It should be on our watch list. I want to get some of this for earnings. So we should have this on our notes every day along with CAR because this thing is going to tank fast. It could do a big pop-up squeeze, but that's just another way of saying grab it and then wait for it to dump fire. Fresh Bet is going to have earnings in a couple of days, and I hope that does a reverse and goes down as well. Let's take a look at Google. Magnificent Seven has not been, it has been trending down from this mountain to this mountain down. It hasn't been as steady or as strong as the other Magnificent Seven. It's still above. Let me refresh this for a second. Okay, so now it's below the 50, but it's still above the 200. So that's, a let's see if that trend continues to then start sliding down and get to here or so. But yeah, today wasn't the best of days for it. Well, actually, it was good at the beginning of the day, and then it turned around. It was decent, yeah. It reached this area that we had marked, but overall, it has been trending on a downward. Yeah, it did have a decent day, I guess. It is still in the green. American Airlines 1468. I had some news regarding this where I saw on CNBC in terms of they're going to be increasing raised bag fees won't allow some travel agency booking to earn miles. So we can briefly take a look at this. It says American Airlines has raised the prices of checked baggage to 40. American Airlines is also reducing fees for slightly overweight bags. And the carrier said Tuesday it will start limiting which ticket purchases through a third party are eligible for flyer miles. So that's some news on American that is going to start charging folks more. So that may bump up the it may bump up the stock price, or it may not. Who knows? Because some people may start like, well, I don't want to, pay for this. So we'll see what happens. I like it below
Go
14,
up.
as I said. Huh? Say?
The price will go up.
So yes, the price could potentially go up, but I do like it below 14. So we'll continue to watch that. Mickey D's, again, it's in the area that it likes. We like it. We'll see if it gets down here ever again. And that's the price to get it. Starbucks, we'll ignore Home Depot. I believe this had earnings today. Let's look at the earnings real quick. Earnings were good, positive, so 1.81%. And 0.42. So revenue wasn't, barely made it, but earnings were good for Home Depot. And let's take a look real quick what happened today. So basically, it sort of stayed flat in a way, kinda. It went down. It went down and then picked up a little bit, and then it's sort of, yeah, it wasn't too bad. It said it went down 0.10%, which wasn't too bad. Amazon, I believe somebody was in this today. For the most part, it looked like it went down, sort of stayed flattish, and then it picked up in the aftermarket. So it got back up here to 169.30, as Amazon tends to do. Mansana, also very similar to Amazon, basically almost a replica. So, but this one has been beaten down, as you can see, and it's very evident that it's on a downward direction based on the trends, both trends. So now it's below the 200, and now it's below the 50. So, this is the area that we're kind of looking for, this 170 area to see for a dip. Our favorite of all time, Meta, is consolidating here. Will it go up? Will it go down? Your guess is as good as mine, as Miss Green likes to say. But if momentum keeps going as it is, it's gonna go up, because that's what the trend says is gonna go up. So we'll see what the market tells us, because if not, then if it starts bending down, then that's when you should start shorting it. But again, you got to be careful because it's been going up the yin yang. Boeing, here it is. It's almost touching 200. I would like to get a few shares at 200 or below just to watch it, because we have a line here that we have determined is a good buying zone. So we'll see. We never follow our rules. So at least one share. And then if it goes below that, we should average in. Banco of the America, still here, still in this area, 33.93. Even though it was negative here, the candle itself looked green to me. So it was, I guess, not too shabby. Nikete 103.02. Still sort of going down. Let's see if it gets to that $100 mark. Dashi's on hard buy. So all-time high. Looks like it's starting to go down. So hard buy might be an incentive for those folks out there to maybe potentially short it. Softy, 0.64. It's also been trending downward. The Magnificent Seven, are getting top heavy, and it's time to get the price down, because this is just extra up in this joint. So we'll see if the Magnificent Seven continue going down. Macy's will skip. Lucid will skip, is on hard buy. XOM 102.70. As you can see, it was more of a down day, especially if you got the top here at 104 or so, and it looks like it's continuing to go down. It's starting to consolidate in this area. It likes this area a lot. Will it go up? Will it go down? If it gets to that 115 price, that's where you want to potentially short it. If not, let's see if it continues down below 100 to the $95 area that we like and that we set. Okay, so now I'm gonna move up again. So the ultimate loser was DraftKings after the Super Bowl. People are not gambling as much. Man, we should have stayed in Roku because this thing has been going down forever. It has 5 days in a row. Look at this. It's gonna go to here. We should have just kept it and we would have been millionaires by now. Look at this thing. It's gonna continue
I
because
didn't
there's
think
no
it would get that low, but it's not surprising.
Yeah, this thing, look, it's gonna get down here because there's no area of support until here. I mean, this one you could kind of say it could bounce up a little bit, but it's gonna get down here. And we were dumb and got out of it, and that's what happens when you do that. Lyft, also rough day, open. Again, another one that is been having rough days. If you will all listen to us and got it at $3 or above $3, it's gonna get to two folks. So that's 81 cents in the money for you right there. So as you can see, AMD, Nvidia, and Car all had rough days, including Peloton. So this thing is starting to curve down. Continue, my friends, continue. And then we'll just buy the dip when it gets down there. Here goes curving down. That's the chip. Car, I'm in this.
They are
Uh,
funny.
huh? Yes, it
They
will
are pretty.
continue. I have a video that maybe it's a thesis for this. Piton, I would suggest just get some. Anytime it pops up, just get some. It's just like car, just get some and short it out because this thing is gonna go to La La Land. Coiny coin coin. For those of you who are in this, it rejected this area again that we have outlined, and it doesn't like it. It's plain to see here. So will it go back down again? These are two big candles. It's trying to get people excited again, and then it dumps it. So that's not looking good. Tesla, Rivian, and Wayfair all were above 3%. The EVs are not doing great. This thing has earnings mañana. This thing has earnings mañana. Will it get down here below this 15? Will it break out? My answer is possibly yes. Let's see how earnings have gone. Negative, negative. Okay, so let's see. From here, negativo, but did a little bit better. Negativo, but it did a little bit better. Negativo, but it did a little bit better. Negativo, but it did a little bit better. I think it will be negative and it will do worse because if Tesla did worse, what makes you think this is going to do better? I don't know. That's my thesis. You should consider this tomorrow is going to have a lot of volume because it's going to have earnings. So that's the ticket. So as you can see, ASML, the chip, this had a rough day when it's now 900. Poor ASML. Chewy, CRM, Dicky, also Carvana. I hope this continues. Let's look at EBC. It's continuing going down. So hopefully it will get to this price and I can average in around 11 or 10. And that's that. Everything else we went over. And let me go over this short video. I'm kind of going fast because we have a hard stop. So we will go over this new video from one of my favorite traders.
So in today's
Can you hear it, Leanna?
weighted, which puts more of an
I-
emphasis
Can you hear it?
on the big cap names
Now I
like Nvidia
Hold on.
and all of this. So in today's sell-off, I noticed something a little bit interesting here. The chart above me is in pink, the QQQ. This is the cap weighted, which puts more of an emphasis on the big cap names like Nvidia and all of this. And then the QQQE is an equal weighted version. So all 100 stocks in NASDAQ 100 each have an equal assignment to what's going on here. Now, I've noticed that ever since the SMCI sell-off, we have had a big divergence where the equal weight is dramatically outperforming this cap weight. To me, this means that we may be rotating out of those big cap stocks, but that money may be flowing into some of these lesser known names. So when you're doing your scanning tonight, you might want to keep in mind, might be time to move from the big guys who have worked for a long time. Time to look under the hood for maybe some things that could be bubbling up. For more of this content, go to statsedgetrading.com. So in today's
Woohoo!
sell-off,
So what this is saying is there might be a starting of a sell-off from these mega caps, and from looking at Microsoft, looking at Apple, looking at Nvidia, looking at all these things are starting to turn around. So for those of you who wanted to short those big mega caps, yeah, you may be on the right track now. That's it. That's all I have. I was gonna do a little bit more with my book, but
Did you
somebody
do a
said
thumbs up for that video?
I will after this because I already closed it. Please listen to it again. It's a fabulous video. It's very short, as I told you. And if you want me to do a little bit more of my financial book, let me know. But otherwise, I'm done.
How are they supposed to let you know? I'm the only one that can let you know.
Huh?
I'm the only one that can let you know.
I don't think anybody else has a say except you.
Yes. So you're
So,
asking me then.
so are we done? You don't want me to go?
You can do your book.
It's gonna be 2 minutes or less.
Aye.
If I can find it.
Aye.
Sorry, folks. I was thinking somebody was gonna say, hell no. Okay, so as we were talking about before in the balance sheet, we're in the assets. So current assets, by definition, current assets are those assets that are expected to be converted into cash in less than 12 months. Current asset groupings are listed in order of liquidity, with the most easy to convert into cash listed first. Cash, accounts receivable, inventory. The money the company will use to pay its bills in the near term within the year will come with when its current assets are converted into cash. That is, inventory is sold and accounts receivable are then paid to the company by customers. Cash is the ultimate liquid asset, on-demand deposits in a bank as well as the dollars and cents in the petty cash drawer. When you write a check to pay a bill, you are taking money out of the cash assets. Like all the rest of the balance sheets, cash is denominated in US dollars for corporations in the United States. A US company with foreign subsidiaries would convert the value of any foreign currency it holds and also other foreign assets into dollars for financial reporting. Account receivable. When the enterprise ships a product to a customer on a credit, the enterprise acquires a right to collect money from that customer at a specified time in the future. These collection rights are totaled and reported on the balance sheet as account receivable. Account receivable are owed to the enterprise from customers called accounts who were shipped goods but have not yet paid for them. Credit customers, most business between companies is done on credit, are commonly given payment terms that allow 30 or 60 days to pay. Okay, so that's it for today. The next in line is inventory and prepaid expenses. And then I will talk about the cycle, aka called current asset cycle. And we have a couple more pages to go for the balance sheet. And then we're going to be going into liabilities and such. So yes, that's what I have for today. I hope you learned something from our little summary here and from the financial statements. And Mr. Nas, that's all I have.
Well, my short wash and beyond me short wash on the nose. Peace.
Yes, that's very imperative because I love, to short that stock.